24 minutes after 7 o'clock on a Friday morning, and Friday mornings mean car critic Ed Wallace.
Yeah.
We both, Ed, are old enough to remember the original Chevy Blazer, which was a huge vehicle that over the years got downsized into something pretty unimpressive. It's back.
Yeah, even before the Ford Explorer started the modern SUV craze, this two-door Chevy Blazer, even in the mid-'80s, was a huge seller for Chevrolet. And it, in time, became the four-door Chevy Blazer. They added a four-door option. It becomes the Trailblazer. Now the Blazer's back, although this time four doors. I was really curious about reviewing this because Dan Neal with the Wall Street Journal absolutely blasted this vehicle in a review he did. And the first thing I thought of, he should go back and drive a 1986 Blazer and then do it again. They start at $28,800. That's going to give you a four-cylinder engine, 193 horsepower. This one has the 3.6 V8 and it's over 300. As you go to the interior, and this was one of his complaints, it looked too cheap and too plasticky. I didn't find that at all. Now the buttons are rather small, but it has a whole row of them down there to operate everything on the car. The navigation system and the infotainment system could be a little bit larger because that's certainly what we're going to in vehicles today. But the volume of air conditioning, how cold it gets, the function of the car is all pretty easy to keep up with. Going to the back seat area. Now, this is going to be a two-row crossover SUV, but you can see it's got loads of space. If you wanted to put four, maybe five people 6 foot tall into this vehicle, you can do it. Now, my little complaint is it's a little soft when you're driving it on the road. The upside to it, it's unbelievably quiet, and that's going to sell a lot of people right there. It's got a back seat area, and of course this rack that actually goes back and forth, which is really smart to keep things from rolling around. So, again, when I read the first review, I was going, wow, how bad could this vehicle be? After I drove it, I find it would be easy to sell if you were a salesman at a Chevrolet dealership. Now the base price at $28,800 seems abnormally low, and most of them will be. As I pointed out, this one goes into the high 40s. The premium can go even higher than that. And there is some confusion. Chevrolet already has a great crossover in the Traverse that looks like a little Yukon and has lots of functionality, and I actually liked it. So somewhere along the way, if you go into a Chevy store, you've got to look at an Equinox, which is good. You've got to look at the Traverse, it's even better, and look at the Blazer. The looks alone will attract you to this one. But maybe the Traverse might be the one you end up with. With that, y'all have a good weekend.
Thank you, Ed. You can listen to Ed on 570 KLAF tomorrow. His car column, as always, in Saturday's Fort Worth Star Telegram.